On zoom back, I didn't have my coffee yet. You still rolling? You roll? All right, here we go. Here we go. If any of you guys saw my Instagram post the other day, I got this giant box from Grimmspeed. If you guys can guess what it is, I'm gonna show you. Ready? Ready? It's a hose kit and a banner. Thanks, Grimmspeed. Just want to show some love in all the videos. Thanks, Grimmspeed. Yeah, sponsor me.
They do.
I know, it's fucking great. On top of the giant banner, they also sent me the radiator hose kit as well as the gaskets for my STI Top Mount. So this is a STI Top Mount off a 2012 STI. Most STI Top Mounts will fit the Foresters with a little modifications. This one came off a car with about 1,200 miles on it.
Is that like an Evo?
Absolutely not, but close enough. So this is the STI Top Mount, and I'm pairing it with the Grimmspeed gaskets for it. Massive thank you to Grimmspeed for sending over the gasket. This is an awesome budget-friendly mod to do if your budget is about $250 to $300. You can get these either.
Is that American or
Canadian converted back to American in L. So.
Yes. Okay.
PMP Auto, they have these things all the time for $250. Hit them up, get one, and slap it in there. So first, we're gonna remove the stock Top Mount intercooler. This one here.
This thing?
Yeah.
Pop, pop.
We're gonna get rid of this thing and replace it with that one. Nice pan, because it's a shit ton bigger. So first, remove the two mounting bolts on each side of it.
We almost did it.
And you're gonna remove the coupler here. We are not reusing this because I have one from Grimmspeed. And simply, you're gonna want to undo the bolts for the PCV crossover. That shit's already broken. So then, pop that up a little bit, wiggle wiggle. Then you're gonna go after, down below is the turbo elbow.
Wait for me.
Then you're gonna remove the turbo elbow right here. Wow, that was not tight, but that's okay. Then you're gonna wiggle this some more. Then you're gonna go after this guy here, which is your bypass. So once you undo the hose clamp, you gotta kind of fight it off. I'm not too concerned about the finish of this hose at the end of it because we have a new one. All right, get the fuck off. Now that that's off, you're gonna come to the side. You stay there. And you're gonna kind of finagle the bagel up. That's probably hot. Pop that off. Now that that's free, remove this vacuum line. And it's gone.
It's in your hand. It's not gone.
It's gone. This is the STI one, this is the stock FXT one that we just removed. As you can tell, it's not only fucking massive compared to it, but it's also all aluminum, whereas this one is plastic tank, aluminum, bullshit, negativeness. You don't want this in your life. You don't need this in your life. Upgrade to a nice STI Top Mount now. Thanks. This is the stock Y pipe on the STI Top Mount that comes on the car. If you notice, this is a red coupler. This red coupler is designed to work with the VF39 STI Turbo. So that means with the STI Top Mount and a VF39, this fits happy hunky dory. So if you have a stock turbo, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna reach over and then it's gonna constantly blow off. Some people will use radiator hose or anything like that. Get rid of that. Solution to that, pick up the Grimmspeed hose kit for your top mount. And what that kit comes with is the big old boy for the top mount to the throttle body. That goes there. And then,
that was aggressive.
I know, because they are aggressive branding. You get this guy here. Boop. That fixes everything. Nice high quality multi-layer silicone hose that's gonna go from the Y pipe to the turbo, and there's no worries of it blowing off. And this will work with the VF39, 48, TD04, any turbo that is stock location. The Grimmspeed hose kit works for it. Thanks, Grimmspeed.
Sponsored.
They sent over the gaskets as well. This goes from the Y pipe to the bottom of the intercooler, and then this one is the blow-off valve, BPV, whatever the hell you want to call it, to the flange. This guy here will go on there, and this here is off a STI. The factory blow-off valve is not going to work with the STI Top Mount. It diverts that way, whereas if you notice, this one diverts this way. So you are going to need the new STI blow-off valve, BPV, anything like that. You can also go with a aftermarket blow-off valve now if you wanted to, and not worry about it, but I like to keep the diverter valve. They're good for about 30 PSI, and I got the intake to make all the cool psh psh sounds. Thanks, Grimmspeed.
Where's that? Oh, that's also from Grimmspeed?
Yeah, it's also from Grimmspeed. You can
Wow.
tell the fit and finish I'm using as a table.
Wow. Oh.
All right, so with the top mount flipped over, these are the Grimmspeed gaskets. If you guys can look, they're really, really thick gaskets, as well as, if you can see in the sun, they have a steel layer inside. So most gaskets typically are just like a composite material or a felt or whatever. These are multi-layer with a steel reinforcing ring like embedded in them. So these are not gonna blow out. Sponsored. Then you just put them on top. Then you put your Y pipe on top as well. Then you put the bolts through.
Send it.
Factory top mounts have a Y pipe that's made out of plastic, and they fucking crack left and right. So when you're cruising along with your girl trying to impress her, and then some guy in a fucking Legacy pulls up and he's like, "Wow," you're like, "I'm gonna beat this guy." All of a sudden you go, "Wow," and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" Your Y pipe probably just broke. Go back to the car now. Gains. Sorry, all of you had to see that. Next, you want to pop on the elbow to the bottom of the Y pipe. Put your hose clamp. That's included. Zip that on down. Flip this on over. Pop, pop, pop.
Wow.
And you're done. Okay, thanks.
Close the hood then if you're done.
It's kind of nice. You get all new hose clamps, all new hardware, all new everything with this kit. So that way you got your hoses, you got your clamps. That's all I clean in the kit, but it's all fresh and new. Now we have to remove the old stock bypass valve hosing, which is in here. This guy here used to come up right to the blow-off valve, but like I said, going to the STI route, it vents this way as opposed to this way. So this entire tube has to come out. So hose clamp, bolt, bolt, boop, boop, and have fun. You remove this with some witchcraft. There's two like hidden bolts. You theoretically could just remove the hose and this hose, but if you're in there, just some finessing and finagling on the bagel, you can get the bracket out, just get the whole thing out, and then this gets replaced with this guy, which is off the STI that I got the top mount off of. The term is the BPV, the bypass valve, the diverter valve. This basically acts like a blow-off valve, for lack of better terms. Instead of getting a psh, this just vents it back into the intake track. A lot of people are quick to be like, "No, I need a blow-off valve or some shit," Chris. But realistically, these things are pretty good until about like 30 PSI. And there it is. So yeah, there's really no need to change it over. I get enough sounds out of the intake, pretty much. So I get all the like the spooling, the sounds off the intake, so I'm happy with that. So just keep the factory diverter back. So now you just gotta fish the new hose on in. Put that down. Like so. And it has to get on that port right there. In there.
Never really seen that.
In there. And then use the help of a screwdriver and gently just get the hose on there. Take that off. That's nice and tight. Get yourself a piece of heater cords or something. And you have to slide it onto here. So we're gonna cut a slit inside of it and put that guy like that, because the top mount's gonna rub it. You can bend them out of the way, but they're only gonna bend so far. Then take a couple zip ties. I will be replacing this with a piece of black hose. I feel like zip ties are like the surgery of a car.
Do you mean like stitches?
Yeah, but I feel like everybody calls them stitches, so I want to come up with a new term. Otherwise, you'll get about a mile down the road before you have a gigantic of AC everywhere. Now that you've removed the stock blow-off valve, you are going to put the pipe back on, the little Y pipe.
Is that a Grimmspeed hose?
This is a Grimmspeed hose.
Wow.
Wow. So this on, throw your clamp back on, so you can go clamp. So once your top mount's on, you're gonna reach your hand under there. I'll pull the hose clamp on. All right, now that that's on, tighten up the clamp. That's nice and tight. Then you're gonna come over here. with this Grimmspeed coupler. Make sure it faces the right way for marketing reasons. Thank you again, Grimmspeed. And you're just gonna work it in. Yank. It's there. And I want that to be there, so fish it on under. Zip it back together. Same thing with this one. And then I always like to make sure that when I do hose clamps, you can always access the adjuster on top, a little screw here. So now that those guys are loosey-goosey in there, then we're gonna go after the blow-off valve, which again, Grimmspeed supplied a nice gasket. Then you want to fish on the hose to the BPV, blow-off valve, bypass valve, possible. Zip that guy nice and tight. Take your gasket and your 2 bolts.
Is that a
That is a
gasket?
Grimmspeed gasket.
Wow.
Always use a ratchet on stuff like this, so that way you don't mess up the aluminum. Because it's very easy to strip the threads. Once you strip the threads, you're gonna have to drill, tap, heel coil. Just use a ratchet, guys. Right now I only have one bracket on. It's the one on the driver's side, and a lot of people, that's all they run, and they say it's perfectly fine, enough support. So that's what we're gonna do here. Then you're gonna put your factory PCV system back on, which this is eventually gonna get replaced with a catch can. It's a mod, only cost me about $250. My friend gave me the STI blow-off valve, diverter valve with it, so all I had to do was just slap that on in. You can also get an aftermarket one, like I said, or you can just rock the factory one. Make sure you guys put the rubber hosing here and here at the contact points, otherwise you'll literally get maybe 5 minutes before it rubs a hole in it, and Freon's everywhere, and Captain Planet will fucking hate you. Massive thank you to Grimmspeed for sending the gaskets and the hose kit over for the top mount. And if you guys ever do this mod or even your factory top mount, you guys can benefit from going to the Grimmspeed kit as well, and you guys can get that at grimmspeed.com, as well as in the description below. I'll post links to everything that I installed today.
I think it would also go great with a Grimmspeed top mount.
It will look fucking awesome with the Grimmspeed top mount, and you will quickly see how to sell an STI top mount following that video. Do it. Thanks, Grimmspeed.
Not what I meant, but...
If you guys like what you saw, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna say that from now on. Yeah, smash that notification bell. Let me know how things are going. Let me know what else you guys want to see, as well as the next video might be a radiator install. What do you think, Chris? Subscribe to see more.
Somewhere around here.
All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.